Hey everyone, this is Dusk, AestheticGamer, and today we're playing Silent Hill 1. We're going to be playing it through emulation, as you may have just guessed from the analog thing up there. I'm going to let the opening movie play. This is not blindly playing. I played the game on my channel before, and I played the game before. Let's watch the opening. Silent Hill, the classic 1990 video game, is actually experiencing its 15th anniversary this year. With options for a second just to glance at this. Basically, by that, since the original game released actually first in the Americas, despite the fact it's a Japanese-made game in 1999, it's currently 2014. It released in, I think, when did it release this year? I think it was towards the very beginning of the year, but, you know, people like to take their time playing things, and I've decided I've kind of wanted to do a marathon of all the Silent Hill games over again for the 15th anniversary. And also, since Silent Hills was recently announced and all that, I've decided, what the hell, I'll go with it. I feel like doing it, so why not? Do it. Stereo, vibration, doesn't matter, I'll turn it off. Controller configs, probably is okay. It's like different control methods. No, they actually let you change the controls. I think the default's fine, it's what I'm used to playing. There's different type controls, but whatever. Anyways, let's get started immediately with Silent Hill 1. On hard difficulty. Let's roll. Cheryl, where could you be? It's strange. It's quiet. Too quiet. This place is like a ghost town. Did Harry just try to say every single movie pun he possibly could when entering the town? Cheryl. He decides to think to himself. Alright, here we are straight to the game. I need to get used to these controls. Good, the run button is what I thought it might be. That's interact. Item menu is currently this. We see our character's fantastic item status, though we have carrying nothing, so it doesn't really make a difference right now. And we click this. I don't have the map for this place. Now, being me, even though I've played this game before, I'm going to look at everything. I know all these doors are locked, though, so I know I'm not going to really benefit from looking at those at the moment. I can also either use the D-pad or the fixed camera. I actually think that Silent Hill 1 controls better with the D-pad than it does with the analog stick, but still. Here we have a trespasser sign. Forbidden to pass. Silent Hill, especially the old Silent Hill, seem to be a big fan of ranch-like gates. I'm not one to judge, but yai. Mossy areas everywhere, and there's our car from the car crash. My car! Too banged up to drive. Where's Cheryl? Hope she's safe. She's fine. Probably. I'm just appreciating it. I'm actually thinking, since Silent Hill Shattered Memories is reimagining this, they actually did a pretty good job recapturing the sort of car crash look. Also, the street is completely bouldered up. The street is blocked. Can't get out of town through here. Well, that's okay. You can get out of town the same way you came in. I mean, it wouldn't be that difficult to climb over your car and get out of here, but we're not going to try that. No, that's not an option for us. Anyways, investigate through all of this. I want to check the other road just to find out that's blocked by boulders as well. Oh my. You think somebody would be alarmed at the fact that the town is bouldered in, quite literally. Here's Backbend Road. I never pay attention to the actual road street names. They're all horror novel references and all that, but regardless, right on to the deeper fog. I think the fog effects are the strongest in Silent Hill 1, personally speaking, which makes sense because the fog effects had a double application here. They had to, of course, cover up the loading times in the game, and the fact that the draw distance in the game had to be low, which is what caused the fog in Silent Hill, though the ash effects are nice. But I think because it's so thick, it sort of has this sort of really clenching atmosphere. The other Silent Hill games, of course, have fog and all that, but I don't think they use it to the same effect. Let's go to the fucking... Also, another thing about Silent Hill 1 that you may know if you do a little bit of research or just kind of pay attention, almost every single area or building in Silent Hill 1 is a reference to either a movie or a real place or something. This is obviously a big old reference to 7-Eleven, the chain market store in the US. Footsteps? You won't actually pay attention to anything until after we follow these footsteps you mysteriously hear somewhere in the fog. Run, Harry, run! I'm not controlling this, it's all cinematics.
Cheryl? Is that Cheryl? Where are you going? Hey, wait! Stop!
Off into the fog, she's disappearing. We could run after her. But she mysteriously disappears into the fog. I've always been surprised that Silent Hill doesn't have more moments where people or characters disappear into the fog. That's actually a reference to an old French film, this particular scene that we just experienced. Even the dialogue's near identical, but that's okay, it's a creepy scene all by itself. Let's see, gotta look left and right. I'm gonna see if I can call some of the horror movie references now that I've seen a lot of more horror movies since I last played this game. I've also decided to sort of research more into the films that Silent Hill took inspiration from, but yeah. Back into the street. I forgot Harry will not let you go away from Cheryl in this particular instance. She's leading us down an alleyway. Not particularly the greatest of our moments, but hey, you know, there's no law about not walking down the road full. I'm assuming these are garbage cans, but they kind of look like cinder blocks. Whatever, they're probably garbage cans. They have really big garbage cans in this particular area of the world, apparently. Our garbage cans are not nearly that thick, but whatever. My town has a huge emphasis on trying to recycle and all that. I can hardly see myself off the side of the screen, but that's okay. The gate opens and closes, which definitely catches our attention. Beware of dog, you don't say. Harry wants to catch his breath, but we can walk down here. Sirens play from above as we see a gory scene in front of us. What is this? Harry, you're a grown man. If you look at this for even just a second, I think your brain can come to a conclusion of what you're looking at. That said, it looks a lot more gruesome than I remembered it looking. Now, you can see a rib cage and the intestines spewed out right over there. That, you see, just fucking blood and guts everywhere. Very gory. Anyways, time to go down the alleyway. I mean, what sort of dog could have caused that mess? Or maybe that was the dog. Who am I to say? Now, this scene, of course, is very iconic, and I think for good reason. It's the whole twisting corridor area. Not enough horror games with these sort of twisted camera angles, in my opinion. But hey, taking advantage of them here, why not? Also, as we go deeper and deeper into this area with the twisting camera angles, the area itself is getting darker and darker. To the next. An absolutely spooky sort of scene, here we go. That's strange. It's getting darker. Pull out the flashlight. Or lighter. Better than nothing, I guess. Alright, let's carry this off into the dark abyss here. Appropriately creepy sound here. A broken wheelchair? What's this doing here? Well, you see, the old person probably went rampant, broke out of their wheelchair like a madman, killed the dog, and went down this alleyway. That would explain everything, wouldn't it? Alright. Further down to the alleyway, we have probably... Video games have taught me that barrels are usually explosive, so holding a lighter into an area like this is kind of questionable. What's this? It's the deathbed where the old man that broke out from the wheelchair decided to kill the dog and then die here on this bed. There you go, see? Perfectly logical explanation so far. I can't explain why it suddenly became day to night, but maybe they just live in the North Pole and time changes very rapidly there. Alright, deeper down to the alleyway. I think that's the door I need to take. No, that's not actually a door. Nope. It's where I'm continuing to do my best. Each and every day I have to walk and try and face my fears. That said, if you're in this particular instance, you probably shouldn't be trying to face your fears. You're probably trying to think, why am I going down a bloody alleyway that suddenly became super dark and is super closed in? The corpses of something or mounds of flesh lay around these parts.
What is this? What's going on here?
What's this doing here? He asked himself. Of course, it's a dead end, and we're not alone. I have to relive through my favorite enemies ever in horror gaming. I'm gonna try and see how far backwards I get, but I'm gonna probably die in the meantime. It's okay, I need to practice my avoiding skills. Is this where I came from? Oh. They caught up to me. Well, it's time to have a fucking I'm cornered and I'm dead situation. Oh boy.
Was I dreaming?
How do you feel?
Oh, like I've been run over by a truck. But I'm alright, I guess.
Glad to hear it. You from around here? Why don't you tell me what happened?
Wait a second, I'm just a tourist. I came here for a vacation. I just got here. I don't know what happened. I'd like to find out myself.
Uh-huh.
Have you seen a little girl? Just turned 7 last month. Short, black hair. My daughter.
Sorry. The only person I've seen in this town is you.
Where is everybody?
I'd tell you if I knew, believe me. But from what I can tell, something bizarre's going on. That's all I know. What's your name?
Harry. Harry Mason.
Cybil Bennett. I'm a police officer from Brams, the next town over. The phones are all dead, and the radio too. I'm going back to call in some reinforcements. Hold it. Where do you think you're going?
My daughter. I've got to find her.
No way. It's dangerous out there.
In that case, I need to find her now. Cheryl's my little girl. I can't just leave her out there by herself.
Have you got a gun?
No.
Take this, and hope you don't have to use it. Now listen to me. Before you pull the trigger, know who you're shooting. And don't do it unless you have to. And don't go blasting me by mistake. Got it?
Yeah, thanks.
You do best to stay nearby. I'll be back with help as quick as I can.
Okay, so a few thoughts. First of all, I do know that police, in a case of where they suspect that there is danger that applies to civilians, are actually allowed to supply civilians with guns. When I was younger, I was kind of like, why the fuck did you just give me a gun? But regardless. Second of all, because of this particular cutscene, I completely forgot about this, but I forgot the characters have absolutely no facial animations in this game. This is one of those horror games where they're talking and they don't move their lips. They do a pretty clever job most of the time at disguising that fact, because typically they'll have like the back to the character that's talking or a weird angle, far distant style, so you can't really tell. But I did notice it here. Indeed, their lips are not moving. Also, I just realized their hands are creepingly flat, but whatever. It's a horror game. It's an old PS1 game at that. So what we got here. We have a health drink. I always will take a health drink. Now, I might run into some difficulties because it's been a long time since I've played Silent Hill 1 and playing on the hard difficulty. So there's a flashlight I always take. And our map, I believe. There is a residential area map. Take it? Yes. Alright. Our attention is brought by something that just moved in the window behind us. There's also a save point here. Someday, someone may experience these bizarre events. Hopefully, they will find my notes useful. Which is our excuse of how we save in the first game. Of course, starting with Silent Hill 2, they're going to start a different method entirely, but for now, we have notepads. Let's create a new save file. Alright, straight into the cafe. Which, by the way, if you notice, we're playing the first playthrough via emulation method right now, which means that there's no way we're going to get the UFO ending, unfortunately. Alright, now let's check out this good old, I guess, pinball? Pinball machine. Nothing unusual. How about the posters over here? Nope, he's got nothing to say about these. Now, I believe you need to try and leave to trigger off the events that happen. I guess I'm going to first investigate over here. Wait, no. Here is a health drink. I wouldn't like to take it. And a knife, kitchen knife. Now, I'm not particularly a person who likes wasting my ammo pretty early in these games, so I'm actually going to equip the kitchen knife right now. Actually, no, I should keep the handgun. For the beginning, I should keep the handgun because of what's about to happen. Don't mean to be a spoil sport about this, but let's take a look at this. Alright, a radio. Is it broken? Can't hear anything. Alright, so my aiming, this is how I sidestep. That is how I sidestep indeed. Now, this button does nothing. This button makes me take aim. Alright, works well enough for me. Now then, to go out of the cafe.
What's that? Huh. Radio. What's going on with that radio?
What's going on with that radio indeed, Harry? And the radio is just a diversion for a pterodactyl beast to burst through the windows if I can get my fucking controls on hand.
This is not a dream. What's happening to this place?
That went pretty decently. I honestly thought I was going to take some damage there, but no, which is good because Silent Hill monsters on hard difficulty can fuck your shit up quickly. Let's pick this up. There is a pocket radio. Take it. Always. Now also I want to sort of switch. I, in fact, do not want to waste all of my ammo. In fact, I don't have any more additional shells right now with my handgun, so I'm going to equip my knife. Just I thought that finding a pterodactyl with a knife would probably be a very ill-advised idea. Anyways, before we hit the town, because the game doesn't really keep track of how many save files. I mean, it does keep track, but it doesn't. It doesn't really make a difference. Alright, there we go. In some games, like Silent Hill 2, for instance, it does keep track of how many times you save, and that has some effects on whatever ending path you're going for, but then in Silent Hill 2 fucking recognizes a lot of different activities you do, so yeah. The goal whenever you're in outside areas in Silent Hill, where could Cheryl have gone? Cafe 5. Interesting. He's thinking this to himself for a very long period of time, but that's okay. Maybe I have to click the X button. Yes, I do. I guess I'll check that alley again. There you go, it fixates on our pixelated map, and now we have a marking to go here, which is the first time that the game implies a map feature, because in Silent Hill games, if you happen to have never played any of them, which would be kind of surprising if you're watching this to me, but what do I care? The characters will keep track of various factors on their map, like roads that are blocked off, blocked doors, etc., etc. Just little notes that are pretty helpful, actually. So our first goal is to go to the alleyway. Then I can explore the town because I'm an idiot. Alright, also, just to make sure my directions are correct. Yep, it's this way we're going. Now, I'm going to probably explore the street again in a little bit, so I'm not going to really pay close attention. I'm just going to head straight for the alleyway and see what I can see. There's the other side of the street. You have to say, Silent Hill is fucking huge-ass sidewalks and streets. Alright, now ignoring all these trees. The radio went off for a second, because that radio is going to act up. Never actually was this road say. Is this the same street we were just on, Buckman, or... This is Whiffany Street. Oh my. I don't know what particular novels that author wrote off of, but whatever. Our radio's acting up pretty severely, so we're gonna go this way regardless. There's probably a monster back here. It's a pterodactyl, another one! Dinosaurs have decided to walk the earth today, and an anti-gravity dog. I let that one hit me right in the face, but that's okay. Going to ignore that for the moment. How much does a single dog hit hurt me right now? Okay, not enough to be into fucking yellow stats at least, so yeah. However, though, there's another lesson I believe that's supposed to be taught here. Let's ignore that doggy and get out of here as fast as we can. He almost got our desk by the neck, but that's okay. We have a variety of supplies to pick up here, like handgun bullets, and more handgun bullets. And right over here looks like something nice too. In fact, a few different nice things. To school. You know, every child's favorite dream. Let's go straight over to school.
Isn't this Cheryl's sketchbook? She's at the school.
I don't mean to be the rainer on this parade here, but that could be from any sketchbook anywhere. It's a piece of paper. There's nothing special about it. Could have been torn off any sketchbook. But hey, she's at the school. We're determined. Let's go. There's a few other things to pick up here. Sketchbook cover. This picture. It's me. And there's the sketchbook. And if that's your daughter's interpretation of what you look like, Harry, she must really think you're a creeper. God damn, that's actually sort of like big old googly goggly eyes. The first picture that Cheryl drew in that sketchbook that I gave her on her 5th birthday. Well, ain't that just sweet? There's also an iron pipe. There you go, steel pipe, not iron, it's steel. There's a big difference. Anything else? Nah, the rest of the alleyway has been blocked off. So, let's go to our item menu. It turns out the iron pipe is probably better for this than the knife. So, no complaints. Iron pipe it is. I'm not going to be whacking these dogs on the head because it's going to not be worth my time and ammo or anything like that. Health more so because I'm not using ammo for iron. At least I'm hoping you're not using ammo for a fucking steel pipe. God dang it. Alright, the dogs are easy enough to avoid if you just know that they do a little bit of a slow attack. Like, they kind of slow down and go into anti-gravity mode whenever they leap at you, which makes them a little bit of... Not as much of a nuisance, if I can be honest, in trying to avoid. Because you have, like, a moment to react to their attack. So they've multiplied in numbers. They must have been busy when I was away. If anything, I think it's the fucking pterodactyls that are a real huge nuisance to try and avoid. So, time to paint this town red, because to get to school, there's a few things that we need. I'm going to neglect my duties as a civilian, try and protect other civilians, and instead run off by myself, trying not to get killed by fucking pterodactyls flying everywhere. But hey, you know, maybe it's the pterodactyls that... Or maybe man killed the bees, just something like that. No, fuck. I was trying to avoid... I'm always terrible at dodging those fucking pterodactyls, and they chase you for a while. Let's see if I can get inside this building, though. There we go. Right into the 7-Eleven. There's a little bit of a pterodactyl glitching in the alleyway there, but I'm not going to bother it. Alright, the convenience store, which thankfully has a few convenient healing items. Here we have a health drink. I will in fact take it. Over here there's another one. You know, just casually selling fucking drugs, health drinks, whatever the fuck that shit is. Over on casual counter 7-Elevens, or in this case I guess this is like an 8-something. A professional medical pack. You don't find that in very many convenience stores. Regardless though, I'm gonna think about saving, but I'm also checking things about right now. No back way? There's no back way. Alright, I'd like to save my game, please. Well, I'm not going to have to go back to the cafe for anything, so save at the store. How's my health holding up? I'm on still green. Okay, you know, I remembered hard difficulty being a lot less lenient with health than it's being right now. Whatever, probably be more challenging later. And what I'm not looking forward to is when I get to the fucking school location, but we'll get to that when we get to that, I guess. Let's check over here. Anything in these convenient aisles? Looks like that's a book, but we're not going to read it. Oh, there's actually one more health drink. Alright, health drink for me. I'll have to remember that's there in case I spawn back in. So, see, was worth it. We got like 4 different healing items, 3 small ones and a bigger one. Not to mention we got the fucking pterodactyl off our tail, but this one's about to get on our tail in just a second. There it is. It's having a dummy, but that's okay. I'll also check over our car accident, see if there's anything I can do about that. I think we lost the pterodactyl. Turns out the roads are still blocked by boulders. And the pterodactyl really didn't give up. I thought it did. And now I got 2 pterodactyls on my tail. Exactly the sort of thing with my car to being able to drive. Where's Cheryl? Hope she's safe. You say as a pterodactyl's literally about to tear off your limbs. Oh, but there's a health drink inside, so it was all worth it. I fucking health drinks, I drink them every day. Alright, so the best way to avoid pterodactyls is to run in a straight line until they almost catch up with you, because you're usually faster than them if they're stuck in the corner like they are right now. That doesn't mean they're not done chasing me, it just means that they're stuck in a corner and they're gonna come for my ass whenever they get a chance to. They're really determined fucking dinosaurs. Anyways, I'm gonna run across this side of the street for the moment, just to make sure I'm not missing anything. Like this fucking pterodactyl, I mean, where would I be if I didn't miss that? There's a dead thing. How am I even standing? What is this? Regardless, I'm gonna keep on running. None of these doors are open, so it doesn't really matter if I pay attention to them or not. Actually, no, it's the fucking dog. Man's best friend. It's not giving me hugs and kisses at this point. Now, where I want to go, or my first destination I've really set for myself is right over here. I gotta go straight down the street. Now, this part, honestly speaking, this is the hardest thing they'll ever make you do in the Overworld in Silent Hill 1. I don't hate Silent Hill 1, not at all. In fact, I like it. However, though, it's not my favorite Silent Hill game, and there's a few reasons for that, which I'll touch base more on in the near future. Here is a key of lion. I will, in fact, take it. Here is some ammo. I will take that, too. But in my opinion, I think that Silent Hill 1 isn't the best-paced game. By this, I mean that they throw some of the most challenging things at you, in my opinion, towards the very start of the game. The game gets easier as you play as opposed to harder. And I'll talk more about this as we get further into the game, but just personal opinion aside there, I think that Silent Hill 1 is a lot harder in the first third of the game than it is in the middle third. Towards the end it gets more difficult again, but... and personal opinion again there. Let's walk down the fucking street. I'm going to a gas station at the moment. After all, I need to refuel my dead, beat-up car. Going to ignore everything else that's being a nuisance at the moment. I still don't know what those bloody things in the yards are. They kind of look like rolled up tin cans, or like, I guess, gating. Like the little bumpy sort of gate. I forget what it's called. It's not like barbed wire or anything, but some sort of gating that has a particular name. I just ended up towards the end of the road, but look, there's a second key. Ow. Let's pick this up. I do, in fact, want a health drink. Thank you for asking. Thankfully, this seems to have gotten rid of it. There's the key of Scarecrow I will in fact take, and avoid the fucking pterodactyl still trying to make me extinct. The door is boarded up, so I don't have to do much about that. Just make sure there wasn't something I missed. There wasn't anything I missed, so I can go backwards now. Hallelujah. There's gonna be more roads I'm gonna be doing crisscross applesaucing with. That's a closed building. Actually, there should be something on this side of the street, which I'm looking for. Do not need. I missed the name of the street there, but here we go. This is what I was looking for. down the alleyway we go. Where will I stop? I've got a pretty good idea. But the pterodactyl, still stubborn, is on our tail. Now, in my opinion, this is always the hardest key to get, because this is different. It says off limits, but it's actually an openable door. Alright, gotta glance about. Nothing on this fucking black stain on the wall. I don't even know what that's supposed to be. Tar, oil, could be a number of different compounds, but regardless, here's another key. There's a key of Woodman, take it. That also makes it so that we have everything that we need to continue. A dog's head. Off with its head indeed. Also a health drink right over here for us. Fantastic. I like to imagine that somebody was fucking playing like basketball with the dog's head into the fucking... In fact, that probably is what happened because there's blood up there. Ah, whatever. I mean, it used to be a sport in Azteca. Before their civilization kind of collapsed or whatever. Then again, if they're playing fucking basketball with people's heads, unless basketball was some other game, then who's to say that that wasn't coming from a long way away? If you gotta kill and decapitate and play with people's heads, I'd say that there's something a little bit wrong with your civilization there. Personal opinion, of course. Now, where is this gas station I'm very rapidly looking for? I might as well go down to this street and look for it, because I think it's more likely I'm going to locate it from this location than the other location. There's also a few miscellaneous areas you can visit, like right here. I might have otherwise missed these handgun bullets. But for now, put them in my inventory. Yes! Just kind of skimming the area. According to my map, I'm currently not... I'm on yellow health, I have to remember that. I'm currently going down this street. Okay, the gas station's over there. Okay, I know where I'm heading towards then. Gotta go to the gas station. Gas station. And of course, it might be blocked off right now. For some reason, I'm thinking you can go to it, but I might be completely wrong. I'm just ignoring this fucking pterodactyl's advances, if I may. No, it looks like I might be able to get to it. It's just a different... No, never mind, I can't. The road's blocked off. Should have figured... for some reason, I thought you could go there at the beginning, but my memory is just very... I'm gonna make the pun. I'm gonna make the pun. Very foggy. Okay, I'm going to ignore that. There actually is a different area, which I might be able to check out. So here's a personal abide for a moment. In my memory, there's like this little gray block here, and I don't recall ever going in here in Silent Hill 1, but in Left 4 Dead's campaign of Silent Hill 1, you can go inside this location. And so I've never actually explored it in Silent Hill 1 or know if you can actually enter it, but I know in Left 4 Dead's campaign of Silent Hill, you can enter this compound. I'm wondering if that's just a detail they added because they're like, hey, construction yard, Left 4 Dead's got construction yard assets. Or if it's just, you know, actually something you go inside. I'm guessing it was just saying that Left 4 Dead added. Alright. Maybe this is a door? Is that a door? Are you a door? No, you're not a door. Okay, so it's just something that they added. That's okay, not the worst thing. I am not particularly bothered by it. Just gonna see if there's anything to pick up on this side of the street. Like, hey, a staircase. I could make a hobo home here, right next to the Blue Bell. You've been paying attention to the street names or the store names that have been running past. You might have seen there's quite a few references. Honestly speaking, Silent Hill 1 got away from ripping off a lot of buildings than I expected. I'll have to show that to you guys once we're eventually done playing this, though it's going to be a long ways from now because we're still towards the very beginning of the game. Let's just neglect everything else and run over to this next side of the street. I believe we're towards the back end of the town, which is where I want to be. I keep on pressing... Okay, this button is for my... No, not that again. According to this, yep, we're getting towards, that's the alleyway. Got it. Only a few more places to visit. Because I'd like to pick up supplies before I go on to the next area. There's the bookstore. I remember when I visited the bookstore. It was a nice trip experience thing, and I like books, so I don't know what to say. Let's read through here, neglect all that. Not see the end of the world by the sidewalk there, and run down this other narrow street. Now, I know where to go from here, but I'm not going to look at it yet. I'm just going to neglect my duties as a man of science and instead try and find where I want to go. We're passing by where we want to go right now. But I want to make sure there wasn't any items over here. I don't think there was, but my memory is still a bit on edge about what was here and what was not, so making sure it wasn't like a note or something over here. There were, in fact, notes over here. My memory was correct. Now, which one can we read? Doghouse. Here's our tip. Doghouse, 11th Street. There's our tip, and we literally just passed it to get over here. And that's supposed to be a clue to let you know where you're supposed to be going. In case the player got so lost, they're like, I don't know what to do. Which, by the way, would be most players if they weren't paying attention. But hey, clues everywhere. Gotta avoid the fucking anti-gravity dogs. I forget if there was something up here or not. This is gonna be worth my life. Doesn't look like there's anything up there. Let's try the other side of the street. My house in the middle of the street. Ignoring everything in the meantime. What a nice home you have here. There is in fact a health drink up there. I knew there was something like that up here. I remembered this. Health drink. Now ignore. Hey, the dog went over to places he wasn't supposed to go. I'm not going to blame the dog for that. Indeed, the dog's free to roam wherever it wants in the fucking crazed-ass town where dogs roam the streets. Skinless dogs. Skinless dogs that want to eat man. How to serve man is the question. This is Levin Street, or N. Levin Street. North Levin. It's a joke. There's the doghouse. Ignoring the dogs. House key was hidden in the doghouse. Take it? Yes. There's actually a second secret involved in this. Nothing unusual. Haha! Anti-gravity dogs do no shit on me. Use the house key. You shouldn't hide your house key in the fucking... in front of your house, doghouse that really kind of sticks out, and there's a note that's telling me that's there. There's a first aid kit. Take it? Of course. What else would I be doing with it? Anyways, we're almost done with the prologue section of Silent Hill 1. It's locked. That's unfortunate. Which means I'm just going to take everything I can from these parts and then go on to the next. This is actually a good supply house as well. They got handgun bullets on their dinner table, you know, just in case somebody barged into their home when they were having dinner. Why not? I do it all the time. Never know when some stranger might come bucking right into that household and then you have to go gun trotting. Let me go pick this up. That doesn't need some handgun bullets. Now deep into these parts, just laying conveniently on the fucking counter. Apparently everyone here drank health drinks. It's the drink of choice of Silent Hill residents. I like to think of it like Red Bull, except it's actually, you know, just a drink there. Here's a bloodied map. Now, if you didn't know where the keys were, something is written on the map hanging on the wall. Copied it into the map. Keys for Eclipse. And it's trying to show us the general location that the 3 keys are. Still being a little bit cryptic, though. However, and if we look at our map, we'll see that we've actually marked down our map indeed. But we've already done the Lord's work. No, I'm just kidding. And already opened up all the keys. I'm going to just save my game here. Save in the meantime. Save there. And now use the keys of Eclipse. Now, if you were paying attention, the keys that we picked up are kind of suspiciously named. Let's see if I can see them in my fucking inventory here. Equipment. Do I have the keys here? We have the key of Lion, the key to the garden of the house found in Patrol Car's trunk, the key of Woodman, the key to the garden of the house found in the basketball court, and Scarecrow, found in the mailbox blocked by a fallen tree. I wonder wheresoever I've heard of a lion, a woodman, and a scarecrow. Indeed, it's one of the great mysteries of life. Now then, let's open this up. Use the key of Lion. Use the key of Woodman. Use the key of Scarecrow. And before you know it, the door's unlocked. Da, 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 da. In the original Wizard of Oz story, it's actually a woodman, not a tin man. Tin Man was popularized by the movie, though. Now then, let's go straight on in.